Well, welcome my friends. Today we're going to do a little archery. Something that we're going to concentrate on today is the distance line. Now, when we draw a line down from our eye, and for me, it's not the corner of the mouth, it's just here on my cheek, that is a distance that is equal from the target to my eye. This is not, that's ahead of that line. Back to my ear is not, it's behind the line. It is more difficult to aim if you're ahead or behind that line. So today we're going to concentrate on this line. And what I want you to do is just take your fingers and go down from your eye and tap your face. There's nothing there, just my jaw, sort of the forward part of my jawbone, about where my lower back tooth is, just there. And if you do that several times, you'll get used to the feel. Because if you don't have a specific point on your cheek, you just have to be able to feel, okay? And what I've learned is if I'm ahead of that line, I will shoot to the right. What it is your face is a wedge. So if I'm ahead of that line, my fingers go along the wedge a little bit more to the left, I'll shoot to the right. If I'm behind that magic line, now the wedge, I'm on a little bit right of it, and I will shoot to the left. Okay, so it's very important to be able to feel that spot. Anyhow, that's a little start. The other thing that we're going to concentrate on today is simply drawing. And when I draw and relax, I will find, because I'm right-handed, that usually my tip will be slightly on the right of the target. And I'll just correct that so it's right on. Now the tip and my eye and the target are lined up. And then I will simply relax my right arm until it all falls in behind. And I'll just let go. Okay, so we're going to draw, correct the tip, relax in behind, and let her go. Anyhow, let's go do some shooting and have some fun. Back in a minute. Okay, guys. So remember, go from your eye down, feel that spot. You don't have to touch that spot. The spot is not for touching. It's a magic spot. It's the point at which you can adjust your aim the best. That's all it is, because it's the same distance as your eye. Okay. If you aim out here, you know, you're adjusting. You aim from here, you adjust. The thing is, your eye moves left and right in the socket. You'll just adjust and look straight down the arrow. You think you're aiming at the target. You're not. It's tricking you. It's got to be by that little spot, the magic line. I heard that Howard Hill had a magic spot. That's what he called it. I believe that it's this focal point from here. That's what I believe. Okay, so that's what I would have to say right now, is that get used to that spot. You don't have to touch it, because your arms have to be all stretched out and relaxed, but it's from this distance that your eye can best focus. Okay? And of course, when you do that, you get your hits. And that is an IPSC target, by the way. That's the kind of target that's used in gun shooting. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so
There's 4 points that you want to have lined up. The target, the tip, your eye, and your elbow. Now, if you're going to practice this technique, your elbow and your arm will be back so far that you will not see it go back farther. When I let go, you'll see my elbow do this. You're not going to see it do this. It's going to be already back there, and it's just going to do that. You watch Byron Ferguson's elbow. It will hardly move. Okay? Relax your right arm. Your right arm is relaxed and back. Where the hell can it go if it's already back? If you're moving it back, you're not back. Okay? 4 points. The target, the tip, your eye, and your elbow. Okay? Anyhow, if you line your eye and the target, now you got the tip there. If your elbow is relaxed and falls in line, it will not go anywhere, and you will shoot straight because everything's in line. You start doing, you have less chance. There's always a chance, but you'll have less of a chance. And if you do that, you'll start to hit the target. Okay? Back in a minute. I'm a happy little Viking, killing as I go. But I want all you boys to understand that we also reap what we sow. Come on, boys. Okay, boys, now, we don't have to worry about that one. Did you like our little poem? He enjoyed it most. Back to the boat, boys. Well, men, remember, what you can't carry, burn. It's always good to make a deal. To check out how the people feel. The quest for the best. Okay? Anyhow, put that tip on. Get it lined up with your eye. Now get the point in between you and the target. All you gotta do is get it back and let it relax. Let the pressure in the bow straighten your arm out. Just let it hang there. And when you do that, I think this one is what, 25 yards, but anyhow. And you know, you can talk and joke around and kid people too, and still get your hits, eh? Let that elbow hang. Back in a minute. Okay, my friends, so to shoot straight, it's imperative that you put the tip on the center line. And when I draw and I'm relaxed and I see that the tip is not on, I put it on. If it's on, it must be lined up to my eye. If it's to the left, it's not lined up. Put the tip on. Consciously think of it. And yeah, we've moved back to 30 yards now, just so you know. Usually, I never used to say the distance, but I think people are interested in that kind of stuff. Don't look at the tip. Put the tip on the center line, but don't look at it. Look at the target. Look at the center, not the gap. If you look at the point, you're looking at the gap. If you look at the center, the point's in the peripheral vision. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. It's really just judging the angle of the arrow. You're not even thinking about it. It just looks like it will probably go there. I suppose you might even call it kind of instinctive. But anyhow, I'm not looking at the tip. I'm just looking at the target. I'm just eyeballing it. So the tip goes on the center line though. If it's on the center line, it's got to be lined up to my eye. All I have to do now is get the back lined up, and that's done, in my case, it's done by bringing the arm right around and relaxing, just letting everything hang. Okay? Anyhow, if you do that kind of stuff, you pretty well get your hits, you know, at 20 and 25 and 30 and 35, those basic distances, 3D distances. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, let's discuss the back sight on your bow. There's a back sight on your bow. It's just like a rifle. If you're shooting to the right with a rifle, you take the back sight to the right. If you're shooting to the left, you take the back sight to the left. Well, this magic line here, it's at this distance. If you have your hand too far to the left, it goes right. Too far to the right, it goes left. So if you notice that you're shooting, you know, on the right all the time, you're going to have to bring your anchor right, your back sight to the right.
Okay, so that's how you adjust the back sight. It's this magic line. If you get too far over, it goes that way. You get too far over, it goes that way. If you get it just right, it's going to go straight. It's got nothing to do with touching your anchor exactly. It's got to line up target, tip, eye, elbow. And when you do that, you'll get some hits. Okay? Back in a minute. Well, guys, what can I say? I grip my bow. I don't hold it loosely. I pass the arrow in between the string and the bow. I do not use a sight. I do not use a shelf. The most important thing is to allow your right arm to relax so that the bow straightens your arm out. I don't find there's any special stance. Well, I showed you how I stand, put one foot behind the other, but you know, that's what I'm doing. Just let your hand relax. Line it up. And if you do that, you can get your hits. That's basically it. Be relaxed. If you're shooting off to the right, adjust your hand to the right, your back sight to the right. Shoot to the left, adjust it that way. Okay? And hold that tip on. You know, hold the tip on. You see the target, you got your eye, put the tip in the middle. Now relax and let it fall in. Anyhow, I've said it a few times now. You want to go Viking? Practice what I say. You may come back. Have fun. Talk to you later.